Hi friends, today we will discuss about Mundell-Fleming model. The Mundell-Fleming model, also known as the ISLM-BOP model, is an economic model first set forth by Robert Mundell and Marcus Fleming. ये जो मुंडल फ्लेमिंग का मॉडल है इसको हम ISLM और BOP मॉडल भी बोलते हैं. दो इकोनॉमिक्स थे, रॉबर्ट मुंडल एंड मार्कस फ्लेमिंग. दोनों को नाम को मिला के हम बोलते हैं मुंडल फ्लेमिंग मॉडल. The model is an extension of the ISLM model which describes a small open economy. We know that previously the economic setup is quite closed economy type. But this Mundell-Fleming model, it shows the ISLM model which it show little bit open economy. Open economy means trade and transaction is there. सो ये पहला मॉडल है. पहला मॉडल नहीं, वो टाइम पे जिस टाइम मुंडल और फ्लेमिंग वो मॉडल दिए थे उस टाइम क्लोज इकोनॉमी थी. हम ट्रेड नहीं करते थे. एक्सपोर्ट और इंपोर्ट की बेनिफिट्स हम उस टाइम इतना ज़्यादा समझते नहीं थे. जो पूरे इकोनॉमिक की सोसाइटी था वो क्लोज्ड इकोनॉमी था. पर ये दोनों एक छोटा सा ओपन इकोनॉमिक के बात किए थे. It shows the short-run relationship between an economy's nominal exchange rate, interest rate and output. ये वो पहला मॉडल है जिसमें वो नॉमिनल एक्सचेंज रेट, इंटरेस्ट रेट और आउटपुट तीनों की रिलेशनशिप बताए हैं. पर पहले जो क्लोज इकोनॉमी था उसमें हम देखते थे सिर्फ इंटरेस्ट रेट और आउटपुट, इन दोनों की रिलेशन बताया जाता था. बट मुंडल फ्लेमिंग मॉडल में दे टोल्ड अबाउट द नॉमिनल एक्सचेंज. वो नॉमिनल एक्सचेंज रेट को लिए, इंटरेस्ट रेट लिए और आउटपुट लिए और तीनों के बीच में रिलेशन दिखा के ISLM और BOP वो तीनों मॉडल की एक्सप्लेनेशन इस मॉडल में है. सो फर्स्ट वी डिस्कस अबाउट द अजम्पशन. Assumptions are constant exchange rates, fixed money wage rate, constant return to scale, tax and savings increase with income, balance of trade, balance of payment depend upon BOP, balance of payment depend upon income and exchange rate, capital mobility is less than perfect. So for this model, ए मॉडल के लिए हमें कौन सा assumption चाहिए? पहले जो constant rate है, जो exchange rate है वो constant रहना चाहिए. मनी वेज वो फिक्स होना चाहिए, कुछ फ्लेक्सिबिलिटी उसमें नहीं चलेगी. constant return to scale. In microeconomics also we discuss about the increasing return to scale, decreasing returns to scale and constant returns to scale. It is constant returns to scale. टैक्स एंड सेविंग, जब इनकम ज़्यादा होगी टैक्स और सेविंग भी ज़्यादा होगी. बैलेंस ऑफ पेमेंट डिपेंड किस पे करती है? इनकम और एक्सचेंज रेट. कितना इनकम है, कितना एक्सचेंज रेट है, उसमें BOP डिपेंड करती है. Then capital mobility is less than perfect. You know that perfect, all the substitutes, what about the shares are there, all these are perfect substitutes. Then equation. What about the equation we have to explain in Mundell-Fleming model. Here we told that it is also known as ISLM BOP. For IS curve, we took the equation that is y equal to C plus I plus G plus NX. Y here shows the total income, that is GDP. And here C shows the consumption, I shows the investment, G shows the government expenditure, NX it shows the net export. Here LM curve shows the equation M by P equal to L in bracket I small I and Y. Here M shows the money supply, P shows the price, L shows the liquidity preference, small I it shows the interest rate and Y previously we told it shows the GDP, total income. And here BOP, balance of payment equal to CA plus KA. CA means current account and KA means capital account. Here both CA means will confuse, so that we have to put CA plus KA. All these three are equation which we need to explain about the Mundell-Fleming. You have to remember for IS curve we took this equation, for LM curve we took this equation, and for BOP we took this one, current account and capital account. Now we will discuss about the mechanics of the model. In this model we have to show that two type of exchange rate are there, fixed exchange rate and a flexible exchange rate. In fixed exchange rate, we have to see that which type policy is useful, monetary policy or fiscal policy. Or in flexible exchange rate also we will discuss which type of policies become effective, monetary policy or fiscal policy. First we will discuss about fixed exchange rate. In fixed exchange rate, we have to see that first monetary policy. In this monetary policy, when we have to introduce the monetary policy, then money supply increases. When money supply increases, then interest rate it is decreases. When interest rate decreases, we have to see a increase in income. So ultimately, when income increases, we have to see that we have to import, we have to purchase more and more. So import increases and export decreases, which shows the BOP deficit, balance of payment deficit. So here all these things we have to show it in a diagram. How we have to see the LM curve. First money supply increases, and then after when we have to come from LM to LM1, we have to see here the income is decreases. Here the interest rate is fast, it is became very low level, then we have to see it is became higher. So monetary supply is not so effective. Where deficit, BOP is deficit, means it is not effective. So in fixed exchange rate, monetary policy is not effective. Fiscal policy. Fiscal policy means government expenditure should be there. Monetary policy, money will have to put, and fiscal policy we have to know that it is a government effort. So government expenditure increase means we have to see that the rate of interest also increases, and ultimately the income also increases. So here we have to see that when rate of interest it is increases, we have to see the capital account surplus is there. Income increases, so current account deficit is there, and both we have to see the BOP is surplus. When BOP is surplus, then fiscal policy is effective. So in fixed exchange rate, fiscal policy is effective. What about flexible exchange rate? In flexible exchange rate also we have to see the monetary policy and fiscal policy. In flexible exchange rate, monetary policy is become effective. How? When money supply increases, rate of interest decreases, so that income increases. So both here we have to see the capital account and current account both are deficit. So BOP also, natural BOP also deficit. So when BOP deficit, currency here depreciate. When currency became depreciated, we have to think more and more export, and import we have to make it less. And ultimately when we have to give more export and less import, then gradually time come when we have to see the BOP, balance of payment, is became balance or it's coming to be surplus. So when ultimately balance of payment is became surplus, there we have to see that this policy is effective. Same we have to see that very opposite of monetary policy, that fiscal policy, which is not so effective on flexible exchange rate, because in fiscal policy government expenditure increases, so rate of interest also increases and income also increases. So capital account surplus but current account deficit. So BOP is surplus here. When BOP is surplus, what we have to do? Currency is appreciate. When currency appreciate, we have to decrease the export and we have to increase the import, which ultimately shows the BOP is deficit. So finally we know that in the mechanics of the model, in the fixed exchange rate, fiscal policy is effective, and in flexible exchange rate, monetary policy is effective. Thank you.